Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Drizzleland. Hang on 1 minute, I need to do something with the controller, and I will be right back with you. Okay, good. Good. So, let's get into the review. What we are reviewing is one of the best drama science fiction shows, honestly, from the 90s. It's still popular now. They're even thinking about doing a prequel, which is Charmed. Now, Charmed is essentially the story of a family who inherits a magical book, and they develop their own types of powers. They're all individual people. I feel like this is one of the most underrated shows, honestly, from that era. I think that people even now, to this day, are big, huge, like, fans. I think there's even, like, a Charmed convention, I believe. Most of the actors and actresses from this show had pretty good careers after this. Obviously, it was competing against shows like Buffy the Vampire Slayer at that point in time. But honestly, I feel like this show and that show were pretty good, honestly. But if I had to choose, I would probably say this is probably more of a show that I watched more often, honestly. But I feel like the storyline was a little bit more put together. They had some interesting episodes. Episodes where they went back in time, like during the Salem witch trial. They went back into the 1960s in one of them, where they met like their original mother and a few other family members and things like that. That was kind of cool. They had some musical guests on the show. Smash Mouth was on the show. They did a performance. I think it was season 6, maybe. Yeah, they always had good musical guests and a great soundtrack for the TV show. Almost every single year there was good music. They did a parody of like a few fairy tales in the in here. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't really have anything bad to say about Charmed. I feel like it was one of those shows that really helped like networks like the CW back when they were still around. And even the reruns are even being broadcasted, I believe, on TNT right now. So yeah, I feel like if they want to do something with this show later on and do like a prequel or maybe like a remake or try to read and do the whole thing, I'm actually okay with that as long as they incorporate some of the original cast members into the actual show. Like, I wouldn't just redo it without having one of the original cast members involved in it. Do I have a favorite character? Yeah. I mean, I feel like, Prue and Paige were interesting characters. Phoebe was an interesting character. I mean, there were so many good people involved in this show, like actors and actresses wise. It's really hard to like pick, favorite people, but that's who I think were pretty good characters with their storylines and things like that. And there was quite a bit of humor in the show too. There was a lot of jokes because they are struggling with regular life and trying to incorporate being basically witches. With this magical book, and obviously they have to keep track of the magical book and people trying to steal the Book of Shadows. So there was some humor in it too. So yeah, I think that if you want to check the show out, I would go for it. There's 8 seasons. It's on Netflix. and we might get a new show soon. So we don't really know yet. It's kind of up in the air. They're talking about it. I think that there's some directors who are interested in it. So yeah, long live Charmed.